Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a reading all about an unexpected message in your love life. So this is going to be a video all about what you're letting go of and what's to come towards you. So this is basically preparing you for your next relationship, or just an update of where you are right now in your relationships to others. And it can also be relationships to friendships, family, any connections you have in your life. Basically, what are you bringing in, what you're letting go of, what is coming in for you. It could be a certain person as well. We're just going to have a look and see what's going on. So what you can expect in your love life. So we have grid number 1 with the yellow calcite, grid number 2 with the rose quartz, and grid number 3 with the red jasper. So please choose your group now and let's get started. Start with group number 1 with the yellow calcite. Hello group number 1, let's get started with your reading. So the setup might look just slightly different because this is a different day. I'm having to refilm this reading for you guys because I accidentally deleted it. So this is going to be your reading for today. Obviously the other messages weren't meant for you, so you know, divine timing and all that. So let's get started with your reading, take 2. So this is going to be your unexpected message in love. First of all, we're going to be looking into what you're letting go of in love, and then we're going to be looking into what's to come and what you don't really expect to come in. So let's have a look and see what's going on. So we're going to focus first of all on your love life in the past and what you've been through, and the reasons why you've been through things and all that lovely stuff. So let's get started with your reading. We're going to first start off with this deck here. We're going to have a look and see what's going on. So let me get you the rest of your cards here. Okay, so let's see what's the main energy. We have Thanatos. Interesting. This is definitely very different from what you had before. So let's have a look. So this feels like a lot of confusion. There's like hands that are being held together here. There's another hand and a foot. I think it's a foot here, hands here. This feels like a lot of controlling. This feels like somebody in your life that was very controlling. People who kind of put you under a spell, that put you kind of in their web. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I feel like a lot of people for you have acted like almost like spiders. They were just very manipulative, and it's kind of caused you to struggle to be confident in asserting yourself. So for you, what I'm feeling is you are meant to destroy this kind of persona of being this victim, which of course, not to say you weren't a victim, because of course this is very traumatic, but it's to say that basically you'll learn to become your inner king. You'll learn to bring in your inner king, which is your masculine side, and the inner father figure, like all these things are all 10th house energy. So the father figure, you know, masculinity, your public image, all this beautiful stuff. And I feel like, I want to say, I can guarantee you that by the time you become much more confident with your masculine side, you're going to have a lot of fame or just success in general, with money and people coming towards you and wanting your services or wanting more of your attention and more of your energy. So for you, it's been very difficult because this is all about you guys coming back to yourself, and you guys are learning to bridge the gap between your old self and your new self. This is kind of like the younger self. This is like the older self. This is kind of like you. It looks like a little baby hand almost. This looks like your younger self, and this is your more masculine, more mature, more assertive self. And this is basically your inner child. You're doing it service or by really looking after it and being kind to it, and that's what I see you doing. And can you see how like rainbowy these cards suddenly become? So you kind of have this black and white, distorted almost, just very kind of like black and white energy. Possibly you used to see things in black and white, or you see things in black and white. And when you start to bring in much more of that masculine, sacral root, solar energy, you start to bring in this much more stronger self, and you actually begin to get what you really, really want. And this is to do with relationships. This is money. This is really asserting yourself and really just getting your needs met, especially for my feminines or my females who really have struggled to be in their masculine energy, who've really struggled to get their needs met. And it's really uncomfortable to, if you have been abused for a very long time, or if you've been kind of told that you have to be a certain way, you have to act a certain way to blend in or fit in or stay in a family dynamic, it can be really destructive for you and not fun at all. It can be really uncomfortable. So with the Destroyer, this is gorgeous. I see this being a completion of an old cycle. You're no longer letting people control you, and I do feel like a lot of people have a very childish nature about them around you, and they just do whatever the fuck they want, and just you're that victim, and that's not fair, that's not on, that shouldn't be what you need to go through. So what I feel is if when you really get back your power, like I say, you are going to get a lot more money and you're going to attain much more physical assets, and this could be something from as simple as really setting your boundaries, which might not be simple, but setting your boundaries, to attracting a car that you've always wanted, to attracting the house you've always wanted to, because it basically is all about your energy and what you're giving off, and what you're giving out as well. So the King here is showing me that you have everything within you. What you basically have learned or are going to learn is that when you start to be really comfortable with your masculine side, you are going to get, like I say, you're going to get everything you really, really want. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but hopefully this is making sense. So let's get the, what's this called? The Ethereal Alchemist Tarot. Oops. The Ethereal Alchemist Tarot. We're going to clarify these 3 cards here. I feel like this is also you doing a lot of inner child work. I see this as you're almost like your older self, your higher self, being like, girl, we got this, we can do this. I know it's uncomfortable, but this is going to bring us in some beautiful connections into our life, and it's going to help us to feel a lot more comfortable with being ourselves. Lovely. So I see this is about you really releasing a lot of old wounds around being who you are and your identity, and no longer being at mercy of other people. Can you see how there's this like circle here? And there's a circle here, like massive completion, like you're no longer being that victim. Lovely. Empress, this is in the reverse. And then we have the King of Pentacles. A lot of men have been very destructive for you. You may have had a masculine or a father figure who was very distant, who you didn't really communicate with. And this has caused you to have quite a distorted relationship with men as you've become a lot older. And basically you're learning to really, like I say, bridge that gap and to get comfortable with men. And once you do that, you literally, it's going to be amazing for you guys. It really, really is. And you're no longer having to hide yourself for really truly who you are. You're no longer having to really hide that. I want to try and bring this out a little bit. I feel like there's not a lot of room here. Okay, sorry guys. All right, so let's have a look at the King. 10 of Pentacles, perfect. So you're going to get the success you want, and I'm hearing this feels like a sad message, but it's like really vital to say that you may have had a relationship with a father figure or a mother figure that was like tit for tat, like you had to earn their respect and earn their love, which isn't love, by the way. If you have to earn it, it's not love. Love is unconditional, okay? So you basically start to see as you get older and you go through all these different connections with people, whether it be family, friendships, relationships, romantic relationships, that you realize that a lot of people have only receive your love when you earn it in the way that they desire. So say you get the job that you want, your dad is then suddenly proud of you, or you know, you suddenly attain a romantic relationship, your mum is suddenly proud of you. It's like that is basically having boundaries, and not good boundaries, like having walls up and having all these restrictions around what love is. But actually love is just love. Love is just unconditional. So you then figure out that actually I don't need to have permission from my family to be who I am, and that's going to really bring you a lot of gorgeous connections, because you're no longer having to fight for who you are. You just are yourself. And then we have the Moon in the reverse. This is you no longer feeling at mercy of your emotions, really getting comfortable with feeling things, even if they're just so damn uncomfortable. Like you just really want to be there because you know that your inner child deserves to be loved and respected. And it's really just about being validated and validating your emotions. Lovely. So everything in your family life has been about stability. Remember that a lot of our relationships stem from our family life. So if we've had a family member that has caused us to feel uncomfortable, and looking at the gender of that family member can really indicate your relationships growing up. So say if you had a feminine, or say if you had a mother figure who was very restrictive, you may attract women who are very restricted, women friends, if you are all women partners. if you have had a masculine, a father figure that was very distant, you may attract men that are very distant in the future. So you want to be sure to really purge a lot of this energy, to really clear it and to let it flow. And this is going to take time. This could involve shadow work. This could involve talking to certain people, really investing in yourself, looking at yourself, like looking at your birth chart, looking at all these different things about you, because this is what you're going to attract. You're going to attract a really stable relationship. And this kept coming out at the start of the reading for a couple of you guys. I feel like maybe pile 2 and 3, I can't remember. But this Lovers kept coming out right here. And what this is showing me is this is something that you are letting go of. This is actually something now, being underneath, you're actually bringing this in. So that's definitely a message that needs to come out here. And that's just like massive clarification. And the fact that we have stability, allow and purge, I mean, that just makes so much sense, because I feel like your stability has always been on how people perceive you and being liked by people and having to put everything together and having to hold everyone together at the mercy of your own emotions. And that's not fair. That's not what you should be dealing with. It's not up to you to put everything together, to hold everyone together. It's not your problem, basically. You got to let people deal with their own karma. So when you start to really control or try to control yourself, really try to remember, like, this is not my problem, this is not my karma. People have to deal with their own karma. Like, it's not my responsibility. I'm not their mum or father figure, you know, I'm not their mother or father figure. So when you start to really purge, which is this massive masculine energy, you start to really show people who you really are and not being scared of having people disagree with you or being disliked. And if I remember, I will put a video down below in the description box that was really helpful for me, that I actually watched yesterday. And I must have had to watch this video to recommend it to you guys, because obviously divine timing. I won't be showing it to you right now if I didn't, because obviously I would have already filmed this pile. And it's this beautiful woman. She's amazing. She is, I think she's called Shauna McGrath. She's amazing. She's an astrologer. And she talks about the masculine energy in Mars and how to really integrate it. It's really, really helpful. And I love her advice, because her advice is very clear, it's very simple. It's not like you have to, you know, embody the energy of Kundalini or the light of the 1,000 suns. It's like she's like, you know, talking your truth, you know, saying no, things like that. Just, it's really, really simple stuff, but it's very, very important, especially if you guys are really wanting to attract really gorgeous relationships where people are really, really stable with their masculine side. Doesn't matter if they're male or female. Masculine side is just super important, because you are not going to be able to understand or show people what your needs are until you get that down, okay? Until you lock that down, girl. Okay, so that is your past. Let's see what's going on in your future. Let's see what you're attracting now. So let's have a look at the energies and we'll see what you're mainly attracting. Ooh, hello. That is so cute. Oh my God, look at this little treasure box. That is so cute. Luck is on your side. Allow the gems to fall at your feet. Jackpot, fortunate, pleasure. Lovely. This is the Intimacy Oracle from Etsy. Very, very nice. This is the energy around you right now. This is what you're attracting. That is so nice. That's beautiful. And what I love, especially love, is we have pleasure. Pleasure is a very balanced feminine and masculine energy. It's like if you can't allow yourself to feel pleasure, if you can't allow yourself to feel comfortable with, you know, receiving and being that on the receiving end of things, then it is going to be hard for you to attract relationships. Sorry guys, my rose was really pissing me off. Okay, so let's see what else you're bringing in. This is definitely a person, and this is definitely energy as well. This is more to do with your love life than anything. This is actually to do more with your money and attracting and just opportunities that aren't uncomfortable anymore. That obviously they are uncomfortable because they're going to stretch you, especially if it is to do with receiving. But this is basically you coming into a brand new version of who you are. And this is who you are at your core. It's just been hidden for a very long time. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my God, how cute is that? A commitment needs to be made or will be made. Trust that it's the right choice and stick with it. Union, agreement, committed. How fucking adorable. Like, oh, I love that. That is so cute. These messages are so much better than what we had before. Oh, they feel so much clearer as well, which is so nice. Oh, I love this. Guys, I'm literally like, I'm very, very happy with this group. This is really, really pretty, this energy. Oops. I feel like for some of you guys, you're going to attract someone with a dog. I was dreaming about a dog last night actually, which is really funny. I feel like you guys may be attracting someone with an animal, and this animal is really significant. It's almost like it could be this animal you always wanted when you were younger, and your partner or friend that you're going to attract is literally they have the dog that you want, and then you get to experience that dog without that full-on commitment of it being yours. Maybe you're not ready for the responsibility of an animal, so you get to experience it with somebody else. Maybe it could be with babies as well. Maybe you want a family, you want to have babies, but maybe you're not able to, or you've passed that age where you want to be around kids but you can't have them for yourself. This is going to be attracting in somebody who has what you want that you can't possibly attain for yourself. Maybe it's not part of your life, but it's meant to be for somebody else, but you still get to experience the juiciness of that. Like, I love that. That's such a beautiful message, actually. That is so cute. Let's get one more. Okay, so you will be doubtful this relationship. This is a relationship for some of you guys coming in, a partnership. You've definitely been around a lot of immature bitches. I want to say bitches and dickheads. Like, so British to say of me, dickheads, but like bitches, I'm talking like women who just can't handle their own energy, and men who are just complete and utter assholes. Like, you've attracted so many of them, and it's because you've been basically kind of projecting out this energy of being non-committed. So over time, especially being single is really actually very good for you, because you're able to be more in your energy, especially if you're very sensitive. It's really good for you to be single. And it's not actually about being single, not having a partner. It's basically learning more about you and not always thinking about the other person. What you're attracting people who are outwardly playful and not immature, like people who are really, really gentle and gentle with your heart. And what I really, really love is we have such beautiful cards today. Like, these are so perfect. I get this gentle, sensitive, empathic energy. This is so beautiful. So this, I feel like, is something you're letting go of as well. You're letting go of and bringing in. There's a difference between vulnerable in a relationship, at mercy of who you are, and being emotionally vulnerable. Like, there could be vulnerable as in, like, I feel scared, I feel nervous, I feel anxious, I'm always on edge, I'm always treading on eggshells. And the opposite of that, the higher vibrational version, is I'm emotionally vulnerable, I'm able to be vulnerable with you, and I feel safe. And that's what you're aiming for. So much of your life has been wanting someone or energies that make you feel safe, and we deserve that. Everyone deserves that. Every single living being on this planet, whether it be animals or humans, we all deserve to feel safe. And if you have been in a connection that has made you feel very uncomfortable, that you have to close it, you have to feel closed, then that connection is teaching you to get vulnerable with yourself and to realise, what am I learning from this? What is it teaching me? So it says something may leave you feeling vulnerable, as if all is exposed. Whatever you do, continue to fall into vulnerability. You need this learning experience to further your growth. I mean, if that isn't accurate, I don't know what is. Like, that feels so beautiful. This person you're attracting is really intelligent as well. Like, they're so smart, and they make you feel really, really happy. They make you feel really, really good. And what I fucking love about this relationship is probably one of the most safest relationships you will ever have, because what it's showing me is you're able to be playful, and when we're able to be playful, that means that we're able to feel safe. And it's not playful as in I'm entertaining you, I'm having to pretend to be somebody I'm not. Like, you are able to be so childlike and light. Like, it's not dramatic. So you may have fear about this person or connection or, you know, situation. It could even be an opportunity in work. It could be that you may doubt it because it is exactly what you want. But because it's similar, it feels a little bit similar to what you've had in the past, but it's not. It's basically like, you got to give yourself permission to try this out, because what I'm seeing is this person, and they may come across as really light-hearted, but it may freak you out because you're used to childish people. There's a difference between childish and childlike. Childlike is when they are like a child, but they are really secure, they are mature, and they know themselves. Immature and childish is when someone's just acting like a complete and utter child and being completely inappropriate and really uncomfortable, making you feel unsafe. That is not what you're attracting anymore. And you can actually open up like this flower, and you can feel like you can enjoy your life again. And this is because this is what you've been working on this for a very long time, or you're going to be working on this for a very long time, because obviously everyone's at a different stage. So okay, so let's see what else is coming towards you guys within this situation, opportunity. Beautiful. The universe is recognizing your guides, your universe, your higher self. They're all recognizing that you've put in a lot of effort and you have really put yourself first. This actually came up for a lot of the other groups, so I love that. The Fool is so nice. Can you see a lot of the yellows coming out? When we have a lot of solar plexus energy coming out, the yellow, which is what you chose, this is actually a massive indicator as well that you're working on becoming more confident with yourself. You're really working on Leo energy. You're working on becoming much more playful, and it's safe for you to be playful, especially if you've come from a very restricted family who didn't allow self-expression. Doing this is actually an act of rebellion, and it's actually a beautiful thing. And now you're no longer feeling confused. Like, anyone coming into your life now is not going to be uncomfortable. I could say that pretty much for a fact. Like, a lot of you guys, if you're in this energy and you feel ready for it and you know it's coming in, you're not going to allow breadcrumbs anymore. You are going to feel confident enough that people are going to stick around for you. Let's get one more. Ooh, oh my God, I love this. Okay, she needs to go here. No, okay, put that there. Right, so this is basically what, like I say, what you're used to. This is basically just clarifying what I said. This Page of Cups is, if he is not worked on himself, it can be basically a very unbalanced Piscean energy. And Pisces, when it's in balance, can be fucking childish, like really, really, really childish. This is what you're letting go of, because you've been really fully looking at yourself. You've been looking at the lion's mouth. You've been like, right, I'm going to look into all this uncomfortable stuff and be like, well, I may get a lot of fear coming out. It may be like a lot of uncomfortable stuff, but if I go for it, I'm getting more vulnerable with myself. I'm attracting vulnerable energy to me, which is amazing. If we get vulnerable with ourselves and actually listen to what we're feeling, because we know we should acknowledge that, because our inner child needs that, because we've been rejected for so long. When we actually listen to that, oh my God, protection. You're going to feel so safe and protected. All your inner child wants is to be listened to. So if you've been fully rejected a lot of your life, you need to start listening to those emotions, because if you are constantly rejecting everything you're feeling, you are rejecting yourself, and therefore you're going to attract people who reject you as well, because you don't know what it feels like to not be rejected. You know, you've got to have some sort of example there. Okay, so let's see what energy is around you with this person. Let's see what sort of person this is. Whoop. What lunar eclipse, lovely. So things are starting to come together. Yeah, you're going to start to be in more of a playful energy. You're not going to be around people who are dramatic, that you have to entertain. You're most likely going to meet this new person in some sort of group, or through a class, club or pub, or some sort of social gathering that's very light. It could even be at your house or near your home. It could even be a housewarming party, especially if you guys move house. I'd see that quite strongly, actually, because we've got Pluto, which is about transformation. There's a massive change. And can you see how we've got this red? This is that Martian energy. That's like, I'm ready to move forward. I'm hearing moving on up, moving on down. Okay, then we have value in the reverse. A lot of you guys have learned to really put your boundaries down. Second house of value is very important. It's to do with your values and what you value. I just want to see if there's any other star signs that want to come out. Is there anything else? These group number 1 is attracting any sort of star signs. I'm picking up on Capricorn. It feels like Capricorn, Sag, Scorpio, Leo, Cancer and Libra. So quite a lot of star signs. Not really any super specific star signs, actually. That's probably why they're not coming out. Leo, I mean, that makes sense because we have the Strength card. Solar eclipse in the reverse. You're no longer being at the centre of attention where you are basically criticised. You're at the centre of attention and you're acknowledged. There's a difference. Okay, let's see what sort of relationship this is that's coming in. What type of relationship? Ooh, very clear. Very, very clear. There is this sense of clarity and psychic abilities from both of your end as well. I'm going to pick 3. Ooh, lots of communication. Lovely. Feeling very clear on what you're saying, and lots of love, unconditional love. Being listened to, being heard, and I think that's really fucking important. I want to just pull a dice and see if there's any other star signs that want to come out. Okay, we have Gemini. Let's see what else. And Aquarius, so lots of air. That makes sense because this person is very intellectual. They're very, very smart. Okay, so let's pull you a couple more cards. Anything about group number 1's love life? Any messages around love that they need to know urgently? Thank you. I'm hearing your day will come, you will find that person you really love. But I want to say that you need to put yourself first. You can't keep avoiding yourself through others. You have to make sure that you are really listening to your inner guidance. Your intuition is super important. Okay, catalyst for change. I mean, hi. And then we have clearing comparison. You're not comparing yourself to other people. And then we have the diamond light body, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. I mean, you guys might come into a spiritual career as well that allows you to really be seen, and then you're going to meet someone through your spiritual career, which, I mean, I just love this. This Rider-Waite deck always gives me like the good vibes. I love it. Okay, so we're going to get you one more advice message from the Ethereal Alchemist Tarot. This is the one I used in the first spread. One of you guys used to work in Toys R Us. I just heard that really strongly. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. This says astrology, Saturn in Taurus. If you're not interested in listening to this last little message, that's okay. Feel free to click off now. But let's get started and see what's going on. There is a truth in the saying, you reap what you sow. If your mind is full of light and seeds of positive thoughts, then the future will produce crops that matches that vibrational frequency, and you shall reap an abundant harvest. I'm hearing it's okay to think negative thoughts though, just that, you know, it's not like avoiding negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are actually super important because it shows you where there's things that need to be adjusted. And just really being kind to yourself, like you can't muck this up basically. Being just really unconditional to yourself is like key, being that mother figure for yourself. Although you have put hours of hard labour into your dream, the Seven of Pentacles advises you to give your seeds the chance to grow and evolve naturally without interfering in the creation process. This card is here to teach you the value of slowing down and offers you the opportunity to pause and reflect on your life's achievements. Everything is manifesting in divine order. You do not need to focus on how your manifestations will come to be. Just put your faith in love and be open to receiving abundance from the universe. I'm hearing you'll no longer feel lack from people. Okay, so this is in the reverse. A lack of financial and spiritual growth. Perhaps you have put too much effort into something that has not yet come to fruition, and you are becoming impatient with the manifestation process. Do not be disheartened or discouraged by the lack of results. Instead, analyse your previous action steps and reassess your initial investments. Make changes and adjust accordingly. I'm hearing you're on your way. So that is your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I want to pull you just one more card here. I wanted to pull. Where are you being called to journey to? That is so beautiful. Hi. I love that. I feel like you underestimate how much power you have on this world, even if you're not doing something super significant, like you don't think you're doing anything significant. You being here is a massive miracle. So just be very aware of that. Like, you are a fucking gem, and if someone doesn't see that within you, they're not worth being around because they can't see it within themselves. So have a great day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Much love. Oh, my rates and crystal shop are below if you guys are interested. New crystal kits are coming out soon. Yay. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Let's get started with your reading. Let's have a look and see about your love messages, and we'll see what are you bringing in, what you're letting go. Let's have a look and see. And yeah, unexpected messages. Let's go. So you guys chose the rose quartz heart. So let's go. Sorry guys, I have bits of flour on my desk. Trying to clear that up. Okay, so we're going to focus first on what you're releasing, and then we're going to bring in what's to come. So, okay, so what are you releasing? Okay, that's actually a really interesting message. I like that. So when I'm hearing, when things are out of my reach, what do I do? When things are out of your reach, what do you do? So that's going to be your main kind of challenging message for this reading today. So we're going to have a look and we're going to clarify this. Ooh, hello. Hi. I love the Starborn. That's one of my fave cards. Starborn, and then we have the Hunter. Girl, yes, you have a big purpose on this life. In this life. In this life, on this life, whatever. Okay. I want this one. Do I want this one? Yeah, I do want this one. Okay, and we want all of these. Great, okay. So we have the Venom, we have the Anima Mundi, the Stone, and we have the Sustainer. Oh, shit, okay. The Sustainer and the Fault Line. All right, so we have lots here. And the Forest underneath. Okay, so what I'm hearing is I was never recognised for who I was when I was younger. In relationships, never really been recognised for who you are, because you've been around people who subconsciously, you know, you've attracted people who you haven't really realised, but they've been very narcissistic and just not very nice people. So let's just clarify these cards here. Yeah, you are the whole fucking package and you don't even realise, because you've attracted people who, because subconsciously you think you're not good enough, you have attracted people who are either really far out of your reach or long distance. And I'm talking to you, girl. Some of you guys have had long distance relationships and you're wondering why they haven't worked out. And it's because that long distance relationship has basically triggered your inner child from when you had long distance connections with a father figure or a mother figure in your life who wasn't present in your life. And yeah, it's the same with long distance or emotionally distant, pretty much the same thing. Because at the end of the day, if someone's far away from you and you've never met them, yet you're engaged, you know, it's not very balanced, let's just say that. Okay, so so let's have a look and see what's going on. So what I'm feeling is, this is kind of the first section, second section, this is kind of the main thing that you're kind of working on right this moment. So what you're letting go of is this need to wait for people to tell you what to do. That's kind of what you're letting go of. This need to get people to show you the way, where actually you're a very strong leader. You're somebody with a shit ton of advice and a lot of healing energy to give, and with people with a lot of healing energy means you have a lot of sexual energy too, so that is a massive bonus. So if you are somebody who has a very high sex drive, or you're somebody who craves a lot of physical touch, that is you. You know, you're somebody who's meant to be a very big healer. So that is something I'm hearing I want you to prioritize in your next relationship, or even friendship, is physical touch. So it can be hugs, it can be getting cozy on the couch, you know, but if it is with a partner, you know, intimacy, physical intimacy, it can be, you know, literal sex, it can be holding hands, touching your back, things that you have never really been able to express that you want, but you know you want. And this is something that you're letting go of, you're letting go of things that are far away from you. So you're no longer reaching for things that are out of your control. So this is things like people who are wild, people who and not in a good way, like just really immature people. And this is the same for friendships. You could have attracted people that were really immature, who never took responsibility, who were always projecting their shit onto you, and you felt lacking, but actually they're the ones who are lacking. They want to make you feel like shit because they feel like shit, because they, like a lot of us, haven't been taught how to deal with our emotions, because that's what society wants, because that is when they are more in control of us. So that is what we need to change. So I see a lot of you guys, you know, being single from this group. So if you're not single, take it as it resonates, guys. I do, you know, I'm opening this reading for people who are in relationships as well. Just take it as it resonates. But a lot of you guys, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to be really blunt. Getting married, having a baby, having long distance, none of it will solve your problems, okay? And even having a relationship will not solve your issues, all right? If you feel lonely, you will always feel lonely until you resolve what is going on with you. Is it me, or are these roses like wonky? I don't know. Are they wonky? I think they're wonky. Okay, that feels better. I don't know. All right, so with this Six of Swords, I'm hearing you will have to stand on your own for a while, or you have stood on your own, but actually it's much more peaceful on your own. And when you actually find that peace, that's when you find your man or your woman's, and you're actually able to reach them. So it's going to be really weird. The next partner or friendship you're with is somebody who's actually really emotionally present. So it will take a little bit of confidence. It will take a little bit of time, but just a lot of, courage. Courage was the word. I know it began with a C. It's going to take a lot of courage for you to stay in this connection and not fear it. And because a lot of you guys are used to people who are very unemotional, it will take a little bit of time to get used to this person. But what the main kind of indicator that this person is coming in is when you start to become much more independent, and don't worry about what people think when you do that certain thing. It can be something as simple as doing a hobby you really enjoy, connecting to your inner child, you know, I can't get my words out in this reading. Applying for a job that you've been waiting for, you know, confirmation from the universe, you just fucking do it. Or you suddenly start traveling on your own. Like, what is it that really has been holding you back, that you've been wanting to do for a long time, but you just haven't felt like you can do it? Okay, it can be literally, it can be simple as self-care. And that could be self-care. It could be something simple as exercising every day, or it could be something simple as taking your vitamins, which you know that you should have, but you don't. You know, it's like little things. And this is gonna be a massive indicator that new people are coming in, because you are starting to prioritize yourself, where other times you've had to prioritize, or felt like you've had to prioritize other people. A lot of people have left you in the dark. They've kind of, I'm just picking up like birds like shitting on you. You know when people say when birds shit on you, it's like good luck, but it doesn't fucking feel like good luck, girl. it feels like shit on my shoulder. So that's basically how it feels with connections you've had. Is it's kind of like, look how amazing I am, like grooming you and all this crappy yucky stuff. I hate that word, grooming. Ugh. Ugh. But anyway, like showing you all this beautiful stuff, like love bombing you, like look how amazing and look how amazing, and then just sucking the life out of you when they're in your life. That is basically what they've done. Is like, this is actually what they're giving you. This is what they're showing you. Like, this amount of love is like how much you think they're giving you right now, but actually it's this small, because it's a fucking facade. You are going to attract people who really have good boundaries, who just have good morals, and you're going to see that for, like, you're going to see the wood for the trees, basically. You're going to see people really for who they are, and that is when you become so fucking calm. Your nervous system's going to be calm. You're just going to feel really calm, and you're probably going to be in a job that you really enjoy, or you just feel you feel safe. You feel safe wherever you are at this time. You'll most likely not even be thinking about a man or a woman, or sorry, a partner, when you're in this state. And I'm going to say that's when your partner comes in. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of people say that, but that is what I'm feeling. And I'm hearing sorry, not sorry. And I do see a lot of kids being around you. That's going to be a massive indicator, because it's about you connecting to your inner child, and also just I'm hearing live life, just literally like not judging yourself on what you're doing on an everyday basis. This is definitely to do with some family patterns, like around achieving, around success, especially around the masculine side of your family, whether it be women who are very masculine or men who are very masculine. Like, they've kind of taught you, like, you have to earn love. It's like tit for tat. You give me this, you give me that, blah, blah, blah. Like, that is basically what you've been taught. That's not love. That's exchange. That's, you know, it's not normal. Love is like, that I know who you are, I'm going to accept you for who you are. That's it. That is love, okay? So you may have been feeling or have felt a lot of really uncomfortable emotions. Very, very normal when you're going through a big transformation and things just feel really fucking confusing and scattered. But then it will start to feel more safe. So it's going to go up and down. Your emotions will go up and down through this process. But I do see it. Whoa. Oh my God, there was a beep that just, did you guys hear that? That literally made me jump. Someone just beeped their car and it literally made me jump out my fucking skin. Oh my God, that never happens. Okay, that's your omen. That's your man or your woman coming in like, hi bitch. It might freak you out at first. Oh my God. It might be like someone taps you on the shoulder and it freaks you out. And then they're like your next boyfriend or your next girlfriend. That'll be so funny. If that happens, please come back to this video and let me know, because I would fucking love that. Because that really freaked me out when that car horn beeped. Oh, I hate to like fan myself. Okay, so we have the sustain and the fault line. You're somebody who's always had to hold people together or feel like you have to hold people together. That's not what you're attracting anymore. People need to learn their own shit. People need to learn their own karma. You are not somebody's mum. You're not somebody's dad. Sorry to say, but that's not what you're attracting anymore. So let go of those relationships that are, you know, distant from you, emotionally distant. If you still want to keep these people in your life, I'm not saying to let them go. It's just to really observe them and not go into their drama. Like, that is so important, because you're needing to grow. You're growing fucking fast, and you're coming out of this cage. Like, you don't need that cage no more, and you're probably going to need a lot more space. Like, you're probably going to want to move house. You're probably going to suddenly want to clear out a lot of shit, because you need a lot of space, because your energy is expansive. And what happens when your energy is really expansive is you start to attract some really sexy people who have good boundaries and are really fun and like to do stuff with you. So let's see what else. This is the Universal Oracle card. Oh, look at that. Lovers, divine counterpart, chemistry, partnership. This is you letting go of a lot of kind of old beliefs around relationships. Okay, so this is, you have to have a man to be happy, you have to have a woman to be happy, you have to have a certain person that's really hot and has all these features to be happy. No, yeah, and letting go of that chaos. Yeah, definitely. You're really like owning your life, like it's no one else's anymore. Really about your stability. That is the main thing I was feeling for this group. You're really working on stability, because you haven't had that when you were younger. Especially when you were younger, you didn't have stability. You may have had a good childhood, but underneath it there's a lot of trauma, girl, and you've been cracking at the seams because of it. And you're like, why do I feel so uncomfortable? Why is it like I'm feeling these emotions and I don't know what to do with them? It's because you're feeling your trauma. It's starting to come out. It's starting to seep through the cracks. So you've got to be the one to really work with it. And that includes things like, you know, if you want to, you know, looking into not dark night of the soul. You might be going through that. What's it called? Shadow work. You know, therapy. It can be things like EFT, regulating your emotions, dancing, singing, running it out, you know, talking it out. It takes time, but girl, honestly, you're going to know when your stability starts to hit, because you are no longer overthinking everything, and you're no longer waiting for your self-worth to be about how somebody feels about you. You're just like, I don't care. If someone doesn't like me, that's their own fucking fault. Like, why would I want to be around someone who doesn't even like me? So when you have dreams, girl, your dreams are going to be so big. Like, you're going to have so many intense dreams, especially about your person. I would say, oh, this is actually really interesting. It kind of reminds me of a film. So, you know, when, okay, it's just really kind of confusing to explain. I'm getting like things like Stranger Things, when, oh, like this like gives me, this is like porn for me, like, oh, in a really beautiful way. Like, I love videography. I'm going to try not to fangirl right now because, you know, I'm doing a reading, but like when it comes to Stranger Things, I'm a videographer. I fucking love the way they film it. So there's a scene in Stranger Things, it's a TV show if any of you guys don't know, and basically there's a girl in it who's very psychic. Oh, hi. And I just love this show so much. The way it's shot is amazing. Anyway, so basically she goes into this kind of black place, and it's all black, and it's basically when she's channeling what other people are going through. I can't really explain it very well, but what I'm seeing is in your dreams you might go into this like black space, and you're going to feel very calm. It's not going to feel scary. It could be black or it could be white, and I see this animal keep coming into your dreams, and he'll be in the background. Like, it'll be like a dog I see, or like a cat, or a deer or something, kind of a bit like Harry Potter as well, where he saw that stag in number 3 as like an omen. That's going to be in your dreams. It's going to be very significant, and when you see this animal, it might freak you out a little bit, or it might just trigger an emotion. Boom, you wake up, and this is going to happen at least 3 or 4 times. So there's going to be a part of the dream that's going to trigger something within your subconscious, and on the surface you're thinking, well, that's a fucking weird dream, but and it's so funny, in the subconscious it's like, we need to get her to wake up to her potential. So what it's going to do is, this omen is a massive indication that your person's on their way, that you're attracting new people. And it doesn't have to be an omen for all of you guys. I just want to say that your dreams, it's very normal for them to be a bit chaotic at the moment, especially if you're going through transformations. Like, your subconscious, girl, is, whew, it's doing its job. It's doing its job, but it is very confusing sometimes. Okay. So that was a long message. I hope that resonated. So let's have a look and see what you're attracting in. Ooh, oh shit, this is a big one. Okay, girl, it's like push me back. I nearly fell off my chair, right? Okay, so we have needy and clingy. Oh, this is a big one. Okay, this is actually really important for a lot of you guys. You have been told that you are needy. For most of you who have clicked on this video, you've been told that you're needy, mostly by the sort of person you want to have in your life. So say it could be the opposite sex or the same sex, I don't know, whoever you have had in your life. People around you have told you you're needy. This could have been in your past, this could be it could be now, you know, it could be recently. If anyone tells you you're needy, you're not needy. It's because they can't meet your needs. And if you have or ever felt that you are clingy, it's because you are somebody who has needs. That's as basic as it is. It is nothing that makes you feel different. It's nothing that makes you feel unwanted. You are somebody who deserves to have needs met, and if someone can't meet those needs, it's not because, there we go, sexual. It's not because you are needy, it's because you are trying to get your needs from somebody who can't give that to you, okay? So you're looking in the wrong place, girl, okay? So, not the wrong place, but, you know, a place that you're not going to get your needs met. So, you're having to change stuff around. Lovely. Okay, so you've attracted people that are very kind of like, they just want one thing from you, which is just physical. You're no longer attracting that in anymore. If you want to attract that, it's up to you, but you're doing it more consciously. So your energy is really changing. Like, I see this almost being red, this cherry. Like, your energy is becoming much more vibrant. You're attracting in some really lovely people because your energy is so fucking vibrant. Like, it's almost like when you know women are pregnant and people say, you know, you're glowing. You're having that glow without the pregnancy, because it's almost like, I'm also being told that when women are glowing because they're pregnant, it's because they're transforming. It's because their body's transforming. So when you're going for a transformation, whether you have a baby or not, you glow because your body is transforming. It's like almost like in Doctor Who. Has anyone seen Doctor Who? Basically, when he regenerates, there's this massive glowy. He just glows from every part of his being. And like, guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, type in regeneration Doctor Who and just look at the scenes. Like, it's so cool. I love it. So that's kind of what you're learning, and also, sorry, what you're going through. And 3's a crowd. No, there's not going to be any shit like this. That's why it's in the reverse. We don't need her anymore. Goodbye. We don't need any more third party shit. We don't need to show people how amazing we are. We just are amazing. Like, we don't have to show people. If we have to show people, it's fucking not worth it. Trust me, it really fucking isn't. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna get you a couple of tarot cards. So we have this sexual energy. I love, love, love how we have needy and sexual, because you are someone with needs. Needy is not really a thing because everyone has needs. The only reason, like I say, people call you, have called you needy is because they can't meet your needs. They can't even meet their own fucking needs. Like, you know, like, where's the point? So basically, you're learning to experiment and get really funky with your energy and get comfortable with expressing your energy, and not suppressing it, not shoving it down, not squishing it into a corner, nothing like that. Okay, so you're going to start to attract some new people in, especially the opposite sex. So if you're attracted to the opposite sex, that's even more amazing. But basically, it's because whatever you embody, it's been a long journey to actually really embody that. So say if you are a feminine woman, it can be really hard for you to be in your masculine, because if your feminine energy is out of whack, you know, there can be things like people pleasing and things that come along. So it's been a conscious effort for you to be in your masculine. If you're a masculine person, it could be really hard for you to be in your feminine energy. So doing things that help you get balance is so important, and it's going to bring you towards new people. You're actually going to meet this person really unexpectedly. I'd say in somewhere that you know, it's actually really ironic. So for me, like, I know that I'm probably never going to meet my person in a pub because I don't go to them. I don't really enjoy them. They're not really my thing. I'm a nature gal, okay? I don't mind them, but they're not my thing. The amount of people that have told me you can meet people in a club or a pub, go out to clubs, go out to pubs. No, it's not my thing, okay? So what I'm hearing is you could actually go to like a club or a pub and meet your person, and actually that's your man or your woman. But you don't like that sort of thing. So it could be something simple as like going to a yoga class that your friend has got you to go to, you didn't really want to go, and then you meet some new people and it just, you know, rolls from there. It's like you may go to somewhere you're not actually like, oh, too comfortable in, but it actually surprises you, and that's how you meet your next person. So it could be just a really random thing. And I really am hearing like your sexual energy is so important. Like, I really sometimes wish this video was an 18+ reading, but there's a lot of sexual messages. But I feel like, you know, if you are ready to hear it, you're ready to hear it. So I say this with the, you know, the most safety around this messages, because they are 18+, some of them, but you know, take it as it resonates, okay? I'm sorry if you're under 18, but this is just, you know, it has to be said. What I'm feeling is, never feel like you are needy, okay? And never feel like you have to adjust your outer personality, or sorry, your outer beauty or your personality to adjust to somebody else. If they can't deal with you, they just can't deal with themselves. Because you're fucking amazing, honestly. And it really is about you working with your subconscious stuff. Your person's really sexy. Like, they are so beautiful. And I want to read this card. Number 44. Very significant. Time to embrace your sensuality. You have all the qualities to do so. Dance, lock eyes with an attractive stranger, try tantra yoga, dress up for yourself, or engage with your partner in teasing and foreplay. It's time to feel a lust for love and life. Lust for love and live. And I see you possibly being in a different house when you meet your next person. It doesn't have to be, but I see that you are embracing the parts of you that you've been very scared of embracing. And this is very much to do with your Lilith. Very, very strong Lilith energy coming out here. Lilith is a very suppressed energy. So if you can really work with your Lilith, I can say it can pretty much change your life, okay? Ooh, hi, make a wish. I love that. Clearing comparison, surrendering to magic. Yeah, a lot of you guys have been and felt like you have to compare yourself to other people. Lovely. Sexual power. Beautiful. That literally explains it. Womb healing. Lovely. So especially for those of you, I'm just going to say, very gentle message. Take it as it resonates. If you've ever struggled to have babies, or if you've ever struggled with your period, if you are a woman, obviously, or if you have struggled with your sexuality, if you aren't sure on your sexuality, you're not comfortable with it, you don't really know your identity, this is a really good time for you to heal that side of you. And I can guarantee you your Lilith and your Chiron is a really good thing to look at if you want to heal that sort of stuff. Okay, lovely. So you're learning to pause in your transformation. Don't be afraid of anything unbalanced. It's okay to be unbalanced sometimes. I know it's scary, but it's okay to be like that. When you get like that, it's because you're meant to be in it. And this is preparing you for your partner, because when you're in a relationship, you have to get okay with just being in the discomfort sometimes. You can't always fix everything, okay? Yeah, faith, that's a really big one. A lot of you guys have just been like, why am I single? Why am I not with somebody? Why am I seeing all these beautiful people holding hands and having babies? Like, why is it just, you know, why am I not one of those people? But it's because you're learning to get comfortable with yourself, and that's okay. All right, beautiful. We have get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Lovely. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Some of you guys have been very scared of expressing your natural sexual energy, and this is for my men and women. And I would say that women are not the sexy gender. We both are, men and women. It's only because, I'm going to stop ranting, it's only because of the society and it being very masculine ruled. Men and women are both equally as sexy, okay? So if you are a woman, don't ever be afraid of just being in your own energy and just being a woman, okay? And if you are a man, don't be afraid of just being a man, okay? You do not have to adapt to your partner. You do not have to adapt to anyone else. You are here to be who you are. If people can't handle you, really they need to leave, because it's not fair on you and it's not fair on them. Okay, I just really wanted to say that, because honestly, there have been so many times in my life specifically where, you know, felt like I have to be more masculine around men, or I have to be more feminine around women, and it's like, no, I just want to be who I am. And I've just attracted them because I was acting like that and putting on this mask. It's like I was attracting people who just were so fake and uncomfortable with themselves, and it just crashed and burned. So it's honestly not worth it. So it will take some time, but honestly it is. Guys, you're going to meet some really lovely people. Ooh, oh my god, look at this pairing. Hallelujah, that is sexy. Hi. Okay, the fact we have Scorpio and a really like sexual based reading it's not even coincidence. That's why you're learning to get grounded, because you're attracting somebody who's really earthy. Okay, this person's really responsible. So guys, this is yeah, you're learning to get very responsible, especially with your body, because it's about sensuality. If your person's got a lot of Taurus in them, they're going to be very body based. Yeah, I'm seeing that might even be like a company. I'm hearing body based. That might be like their company. They might do something like fitness or something like that. We have Aquarius and Gemini. That could also be a pairing. That feels really nice too. This looks like to me, okay, this is so random, which never is, but I'm going to say it's random anyway. I'm seeing this as a couple, and then this is two other people that you guys are all going on holiday. That sounds really random, but like I see a group of people and this is your friendship group. This could be a couple, this could be a couple. It could be also, I'm seeing an array of different types of people. So it could be you know, a straight couple, gay couple, you know, gay couple, whatever it is. You guys are you fit all really well together. So when you all hang out, you feel so like, oof, it just feels like a lock and key. Like it feels so beautiful. And it is going to be most likely on a new moon that this shit starts to shift. I'm actually here in 2023. This reading is timeless. So I will say most likely this will happen within a year from now. Okay, it could be about 6 months from now as well. So just take it as it resonates. Okay, so let me get you a message from the Ethereal Alchemist Tarot book. Oh, just drop that. Some of you guys might attract an animal in your life, like a dog or something. Especially if you've never had an animal in your life, you're definitely attracting an animal. Okay, this is lovely. So this is your message. I'm going to read the shadow and the light. This is ruled by Mercury in Cancer, 3 of Cups. Okay, so if you don't want to hear this message, feel free to click off now. But if you want to stay, then let's go. The 3 of Cups is a card of celebration, community, friendship, joy, creativity, and magic. It represents a time in your life where you and your soul tribe have come together. your soul tribe, hi, come together as one beautiful beating heart. I also see what's really nice is where you're in a partnership, it's not actually about the relationship, guys, because relationships will not solve your problems, okay? They're beautiful, but it's not just about relationships, because you can have as a close connection with your friendships as you do with your partner. Obviously not the sex, but you know what I mean. So what I'm seeing is this is a partnership, but what it is like it feels like a whole community, because you've got these two beautiful friends here as well, who, whether they're together or not, or they're just separate people, they are really like, you're all just friends. It's not like, you know, when you have those really toxic relationships in movies or in like reality shows where people get in a relationship and the friend gets really uncomfortable because they're hanging out with their boyfriend or girlfriend all the time, and they just suddenly say, oh, you're just jealous, or you're just this, or you can't be happy for me. It's all just avoiding stuff. It's basically saying, I just want to hang out with my partner to avoid anything in my life, and you're just getting in my way, basically. That's what they're trying to say. So this connection is it's not like an average community. Like, this is people who all love each other equally. Like, this isn't like, you know, you're in a relationship, I'm really jealous. It's everyone's got their shit to deal with, but you're all working with it by yourself. You're not projecting it onto each other. Like, this is very nice. Like, I'm like, this is even out of my reach. Like, it's so high vibrational. Like, it even makes me a little bit uncomfortable because it's so deep. Like, it's such a deeply loving group of people. Yeah, I'm hearing who's to say when you'll meet, or like how you'll meet, but it is so beautiful. Actually, I want to pull a card on that. How are you guys going to meet? We have the Nine of Swords, conflict and anguish. Okay, let's get one more. Nine of Rings, abundance and fortitude. Yeah, what I'm seeing is it literally is just a process and not really telling me, but it's the number 9 is basically when things just before they're just about to shift. So yeah, okay. The energy of this beautiful card is here to remind you to nurture your relationships by spending quality time with those who mean most to you. I need to burp. Okay, that's confirmation. You are incredibly blessed to have such a strong and supportive network around you who have your best interests at heart. The Three of Cups also indicates that a wedding, engagement, baby shower, birthday, family reunion or social gathering is on the horizon. It's time to make a toast to the good life and be thankful for the blissful moments you share with kindred spirits. This card could imply that a breakup or a loss of friendship is imminent. This is also another message, so take it as it resonates. It also signifies a time of disputes, disappointments and disruption. To transform this shadow, you must be willing to look at the root cause of the issue and make positive changes, even if it means letting certain people go. Work with rose quartz, green aventurine and amazonite crystals to help transmute this shadow. Okay guys, my camera randomly stopped recording for some reason, I don't know why. But if you had disconnected relationships with your family, then it could mean that you have attracted disconnected friendships or relationships. So it's looking at that cause and realizing that that is most likely possibly the root of what's been going on with you, and to look at that and see how that really works for you. Last thing I want to do is I want to pull you guys a crystal just to show you what sort of thing that you're gonna, what type of connection you're gonna attract. What's the main element of the relationship? Wow, very, very grounded. This is the root chakra. Oh, I'm very high vibrational. So literally either end of the scale, the 7th or the 6th chakra and the first. So this is high vibrational, very spiritual, psychic, and then a very rooted, grounded, stable, which is so nice. So have a great day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Rates and crystal shop up below, and I'll speak to you very soon. Much love. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Let's get started with your reading. So you guys chose the red jasper heart, very deep red. I love that, matches my nails. Okay, so we're going to have a look into your current love life situation right now, any messages surrounding relationships and things like that, what you've gone through in the past, and then we're going to see what's coming towards you and what you can look forward to. All right, so what have you been going through in the past? Oh, this is a nice, this has like 50 messages attached to it. Whoa, damn girl. Okay, let's get you a couple more cards just to see what else is going on. Okay, so this is for some of you who have actually already been in a relationship, like a long-term relationship. You've already gone through marriage, engagement, you've been through very long-term friendships, things like that. If not, this could have happened within your family. So you could have parents that were married for a very long time and divorced or are still married. There seems to be like this sense of taking on relationships later on in life or very early on in life. Do I want these? No. Okay, so we have this sense of like reaching out. A lot of you guys have not had the physical touch that you need and want in your life. So you possibly crave that or are scared of it in your relationships with people. Friendships, you know, romantic, all those things. So you have the Judge, the Mystic, Agape, Thanatos, and then we have Aletheia. Oh, okay, so this one here, this is basically what you're working with right now, and then we have the Nectar underneath. So what I'm hearing is you have everything within you, okay? It just takes time to unlock certain parts of you. So don't judge yourself on your path where you are right now. It just takes time to bring in and release all these different parts of you. It takes time, okay? So what I'm seeing is I'm hearing one step at a time. It takes a seed a while to grow and blossom before it actually, you know, shows seed, shows fruit. Okay. What am I saying? It takes a while for a seed to form fruit. So that's basically what you're learning to do, is have patience with yourself. Okay? So your kind of loving relationship has kind of been on how much can you give to me? That's kind of what you've been taught or what you have witnessed. And with the vow and the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups, you've always been somebody who's always been the emotional rock for other people, the mother, the father figure of the family, the group, friendship group. And yes, this is such a beautiful, beautiful trait, but you want to make sure you have good boundaries around it, because you can empty your cup quite quickly, especially if you have Cancer placements, Nine of Wands and Judgment. So things can get a bit messy if there aren't strong enough boundaries, okay? And in your past, you have witnessed this with people who are very unemotional, who want to take love from you because they can't feel it within themselves. So they just want to get it from you, okay? So people have kind of used you as an excuse for certain things, for certain reasons why they can't come up to the plate. And people, I'm also getting like mummy and daddy issues. So you may have attracted men and women in your life who just literally can't exit their family home at all, who struggle to grow up, essentially. I feel like I'm being so harsh, but yeah, they struggle to grow up. And the vow is showing me that you guys have been the mother figure or the father figure for a partner in the past, and you've been that person to hold things together. It's not your job to hold things together, especially for just yourself. Relationships are two people, okay? And that's the same for friendships. They're two people. It takes two people to make a relationship of any kind work. If one person is slacking, it will fall apart, essentially, if it's not monitored. So what I'm seeing is with the vow, you guys have a really big, you're very committed. You're somebody who's very loyal and committed. And I mean loyal in a way that do or die, essentially. But sometimes you have to realize that if you're always the one putting in the effort, you have to pull away sometimes, okay? And you are learning to attract people who are there for you all the time, okay? And when I say all the time, it means they still have boundaries, but you know you feel safe with them. Like, you know they're going to be there if you need them. Like, they're not just going to run away, which means that you're no longer waiting and wishing for someone to be around you. You're no longer feeling anxious around certain people. You feel safe around certain people because you know they're going to be there for you. And with the offering and the seed, this is kind of like you have always been sitting here. It sounds really sad, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like, you've always been sitting and waiting for that person to come along. And it's because you've always been taught that like a relationship will basically heal your entire life. You know, like Disney with this kind of like happy ending, happy ever after shit. It is true, but it's not true. You know, you can be happy with somebody, but you have to make conscious effort. So with the offering and the seed, what I'm seeing is you're still figuring out who you are, okay? There might be parts of you that you still don't know who you are. That's okay. We are still learning. We're going to learn until the day we are not here anymore, okay? So don't ever feel like you are past your age, you know, things are too late. Nothing is ever too late. You can actually grab anything in your life when it's the right time for you at any age, okay? You can have a relationship when you're 80. You can have a relationship when you're 10, you know? It's like, obviously different types of relationships, but you can have them, you know, but what I'm seeing for a lot of you guys is don't compare yourself to your family. Don't compare yourself to anyone around you. You have your own life, and something you're learning to let go of is judgment around other people and yourself. And what I'm seeing is you just got to try new things for yourself when you're ready. You don't have to wait for permission for other people to accept you first, or for you to accept yourself first. Just go out and try new things. Whatever feels right for you at the time, just go for it. Because I'm seeing you guys, once you actually recognize that you're actually in control, you're going to start building a life that is much more comfortable, because you're no longer waiting for other people to tell you what to do, basically. And you probably will come into a job that's very mystical, that even it could be something as simple as I don't know what sort of thing I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking of something simple like a nail technician or a hairdresser. It could be something physical that you wouldn't think has a mystical element to it, but actually you could have really beautiful advice for people, or you could help people to feel really good within their body by accessorizing and helping them with their body. So you have a purpose here, and I'm seeing some of you guys, you have curly hair. Like I'm seeing this hair being like sprayed around, it's curly. I'm seeing you embracing your curly hair, or embracing your natural hair, and letting go of judgment around yourself and your hair as well. I'm seeing you need to really untangle a lot of webs around your family, like where they've tried to, like it's almost like I'm hearing I'm waiting to get permission, I'm waiting to see what my mum or dad thinks, and it's not a healthy trait that you've taken on. If that is something that you have, and no judgment from what I'm feeling, just that's what came out of my mouth. But basically what I'm seeing is you have this spider web around you, and you're like peeling it off. You know when you get a spider web on your face and it feels really yucky, you're like, oh, but get it off me. That's kind of how you feel at this moment. This is like the last bit to untangling a lot of confusion around, why do I need to get validated to move forward? Why do I have to wait for somebody to tell me what to do before I actually start making these moves forward, basically. Yeah, so let's get you a couple more cards and see what else you're letting go of. You're also letting go of people who are, I'm going to be really blunt, underdeveloped, okay? People who are still learning. Yes, you can have compassion for them, but like I said, you are not their mother. If somebody's not treating you well and they're using you as an excuse, they're not the right person, okay? Lovers, beautiful. So this actually came out in the reverse for group number 2. This is actually in the upright. So you, like I say, you could have already had a very long-term relationship. So it may take you a while to transform into the person that you want to be. But I see that it will be when you're single that you really start to learn this stuff. I see that you tend to jump from one relationship to another for some of you guys. And it stops you from really understanding who you are. So what I'm seeing is, don't be afraid of being single, or don't be afraid of really being vulnerable with friendships, because people have a lot of advice. Don't be afraid to show all sides of you to people. And if they can't take it, honestly, they're not worth it, because you are worth being around in any element that you are. In your sad days or your happy days, you deserve to be seen in all of those things. Like you would care for people in all of their things, you should be cared for in all of your things, okay? It takes two to tango. It's a reflection, guys. It's, you know, you deserve that. Okay, so this is what you've basically been in for quite a long time. We have this humanist conditioning, insecurity, ego. A lot of you guys, I'm hearing, I have to be this certain way before I get a man. I have to be a certain way before I get a woman. I have to get a job before I do this. I have to do this before I do this. I have to lose weight before I get into a relationship. It's like all these things. At the end of the day, if you're consciously working on it, it does not matter. You don't actually have to get to a certain place of perfection to manifest a certain person. Like, you just have to start being seen. You just have to show up for yourself. Like, you're a human being. Like, allow yourself to be human. And this is something I struggle with. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, so like I really struggle to actually feel my shit. Like this might come as a shock for some of you guys, as someone who has a lot of advice, but honestly guys, it's hard to feel stuff sometimes, you know, and it's not always perfect, and that's okay. Like, that is really something. Once you start to wrap your head around that and be like, oh my god, like I'm actually feeling stuff and it's scary, but it's okay. Like, yeah, it really is about like letting that go. And I also see for some of you guys, you will have your man and your woman in marriage. You will have that commitment that you really, really want. You fucking deserve it, okay? And I do see this sense of safety and security with somebody who you've been waiting for a very long time. And I see it could be a long-term friend that you've been friends with for a long time. And I'm just seeing like some of you guys, especially the fixed signs I'm talking to, so Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius, maybe even earth signs as well. You guys tend to need this sense of control around your life, and I'm just seeing like you will actually attract some people in unexpected places. Like, that's actually the best sort of relationships. And if some of you guys I'm seeing within travel, so from one destination to another, you can meet people on the way there. Not actually always the destination, it can be the travel as well. Oh look, travel. Okay, so we have a bike. You'll get used to it. Oh my God, that's such a fixed sign like thing. Like, no fixed sign wants to hear that. Okay, it says don't rush or force the process. Oh my God, this is literally what I said. If it feels uncomfortable, allow that feeling of comfort to stay hidden for a moment. This may be something you need to get used to fully understand why it's occurring to begin with. No worries, acceptance. Oh my God, this is so fucking cute. Like, I feel like this is literally about your inner child. Being like, if you could like talk to your inner child, like what would he or she say? You know, because children don't worry about shit like that. They just feel. They cry, they scream, they shout, they say stuff. Like, they talk about stuff. Like, it's okay to feel stuff, okay? So what I'm seeing is you may be going through an uncomfortable transformation that feels really hard, really uncomfortable, probably quite boring as well. Like, you could be like, why am I just in this fucking, oh my God, this is so accurate. Like, boring, hard and slow. Everything that you don't want out of life. Basically, that actually could be your next relationship. I'm sorry guys, but if you're used to drama, this could be so weird for you, but actually this is something you'll get used to. Literally, that's literally the message. This is the next person you attract. It's something that is really intense, and they're not going to keep you a secret. You may have had, oh, I hate that energy. Like, when people keep you a secret, like, that is so gross. Like, if that's the sort of person you've been around, girl, it's not worth your time. Okay, these cards are so funny. They're so accurate. Don't feel like you can't have time for yourself. You are independent, and that is what makes you so beautiful. Take time away for yourself. You deserve to do what you want when you want. Alone time, solo excursions. Cute. So this time could also be, if you're used to being in loads of different relationships, I love that. It's like time for me. Me. If you've been taught also that it's selfish to be looking after yourself, then there could be somebody around you who've taught you that, who just basically wanted to take a lot of energy from you, and that's not normal. It's not normal to not take time for yourself, okay? So for you, you might have a sudden time in your life where you suddenly feel like you can really put yourself first, which is so good. And what I saw is also you guys have been in relationships quite a long time, especially if you've been in long-term ones. And it is time now to really focus on you and to not be in a relationship. Being in a relationship, not being in a relationship, sometimes it really is no different. It literally is about getting used to being with you. And it could be that if you are in relationships who you don't really want to be with, but you're with them anyway, it can be because you're trying to distract yourself from something within you, you know, and part of it is really accepting yourself and really accepting that inner child, because there's somebody who really wants to come in. It's just not the right time yet. They're coming in 100%, but it takes time. Yeah, it says there's a secret someone or a situation is keeping or will be tempted to keep. Try and open Pandora's box if you can. What I'm seeing is looking at parts of yourself and getting explorative around it, because how do you know who you are if you haven't been able to be fully seen? Okay, so let's have a look and see what's coming in for you. Ooh, okay, so a lot of lack, a lot of scarcity is what you've had. You've kind of been given breadcrumbs. You've kind of been the mediator. That's not your job, okay? Now it's time to get hard, girl. Masculine energy. Submerge yourself in some masculine energy. That's what you're coming into. Getting rough and tough with something. I love that. You can handle some passion and strong force, touch the hardness of wood, metal, jewelry, kickbox, play a sport, or embrace active sexual activity. Yes. Gorgeous. Okay. This is kind of like how I feel when I hold a drill. I feel really manly and I'm like, zh, zh, zh. That's literally how I feel when I hold a drill. I'm like, I could like break some fists, break some faces. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, Ace of Wands, probably one of the most sexual energies. Like, hi, look at this. Pretty much the same thing. Okay, what this is showing me is you are being really strong in your masculine energy. This is going to attract some people. This is going to be when you start showing up for yourself and not judging yourself and starting to put yourself in positions where you're going to be seen, especially in places where there's a lot of masculine energy. And also not changing yourself. You know what a really big thing is, especially if you're feminine or if you're a woman in a very masculine career, is not changing yourself in that career to adapt to those people. And it could be opposite. It could be a very masculine and a feminine career. Don't adapt yourself to those people. Be yourself, show up for yourself and show those people who you are. And if you don't fit in, then that job might not be for you anymore, you know? Lovely. Fertile ground. And then we have rewild. So you are rewilding yourself. Like, you've been trapped in these connections for so long. Even if they're just friendships, you could have been really trapped in them. And you're really struggling, or have struggled, with perception versus reality. Like, what's real and what's not. And if people are so good at lying, then you will struggle to figure out what's really real and what isn't. So you're learning to be actually with your shit. And then you manifest people who support you in that. And I do see that, definitely. But you have, like, your transformation is accelerating really quickly, and you may come into a job that allows you to be really spiritual. So you could be someone who channels energy, you could be somebody who heals through your work, something like that. I see you could meet your person through your work too. I suddenly saw a really balanced male, masculine and feminine energy within him, and he was doing some sort of masseuse or he was a masseuse. So that could be a message for some of you guys. I'm hearing you won't have to approach your person either, so your person's going to come to you. Birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Dance with life, do something to change your energy. Yeah, that's so important, especially if you guys have always been kind of forced to shut down your self-expression. Yeah, it does take time, okay? So let's see who is on their way. Yeah, you guys are really letting go of secrets. You could have had a very secretive family life. You could have been around, you could have been even a child who was famous, part of a famous family, and you didn't want to be involved with that anymore. It could be that your family are very religious, but also they just use that to hide their stuff. And you're like, you could see it from a mile off. And you're now creating some really gorgeous connections. Can you see how disconnected these two are? There's like this water between them and they're fully in it. So you're learning to be intimate with others, even though it's scary. Whatever intimacy means to you, whether it be physical, emotional, it's just so yummy. I love it. And your career is probably going to change before you meet your person too, because it's a lifestyle change as well. Got Capricorn in the reverse, no more restrictions. Saturn energy is on its way out. Goodbye, don't need her. Already done the lessons. And then we have Luna and Gemini. So you could have Gemini moon. This is also showing me that you are accepted for all facets of you, and not overthinking and worrying about stuff. You're just expressing it. And if people can't handle it, girl, not your problem. Okay, let's get you a couple of crystals, or a crystal. We'll see. Ooh, very romantic relationship. Got that rose quartz, and the last one. Ooh, sexual. Hi. This is about receiving pleasure, actually. This is also about receiving feminine energy. If you've been a part of a family that's very masculine, it does take time to really receive that. That is really nice, because that's masculine and feminine energy. That's like so beautiful. I love that. Okay, let's get your last message. I heard someone say pizza delivery. I just heard that in my head. So it could be a pizza man that you fancy. Okay, do we want the whole thing? Yes, we do. Do we? Do we? I don't know. Okay, we're going to read the whole thing. If it doesn't resonate for you guys, just whatever. Okay. Also, if you don't want to hear this message, then feel free to click off now. Okay. Saturn in Leo. So we're letting go of that Saturn energy. 5 of Wands. This is kind of something this feels like a really thick energy that you're learning to just dump and release. So this is taking some time, but it's a process. The 5 of Wands is a card of conflict and chaos, fueled by seethed arguments, competitions, obstacles and struggles. Tensions are incredibly high within groups or relationship dynamics, and it may seem as though you are dealing with energetic and emotional attacks. This is a game of fire. This is about your masculine side. This is about you standing your ground and being like, I'm not moving, bitch. Do not allow yourself to get caught up in the flames by reacting to those around you. Remove yourself from low vibrational situations and refrain from engaging in unwanted small talk, controversial topics, disagreements, debates, or unhealthy conversations that may revolve around gossiping or complaining. You may also be faced with some form of competition that pertains to a business matter. Although this energy may appear to be negative on the surface, competition can be healthy for as long as you are operating from a place of love and not fear. I'm hearing you will actually surprise yourself how much you grow from this situation. Change your perspective on this situation by using competition as a means of improving yourself and your business. Despite the tension that surrounds you, there is much to be grateful for. I'm also hearing you're embodying the masculine and the feminine that you have been seeking within somebody else. So say if you're a very feminine woman and you attract a lot of masculine men, being masculine within yourself will really help you attract a really healthy masculine, and the opposite as well. Okay, the shadow of this card. Conflict is present and tensions are high right now. It will be wise to avoid confrontation at all costs. Your energy is precious, and if you understand that in order for you to truly thrive, you need to detach yourself from low vibrational people, which may be family members, friends, work colleagues, or acquaintances. This card also serves as a reminder to remain focused on your goals and stay clear of external distractions. Boom. That is your last message. Take it as it resonates. So have a great day. And if you guys would like to get a private reading, all the information is down below along with my crystal shop. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you very soon, my lovelies. Bye.